Hello to all my friends out there in YouTube land. It's your good buddy Philtastic Phil here. Welcome back to the channel. Each week I like to show off some of the artwork I've made while watching my favorite art show on YouTube, Between the Lines with Geek Out with Roscoe, excuse me, and TM Nerdy. TM has been on a bit of a sabbatical, but Roscoe's had a good crew really filling in for him. Anyway, I really think this is a unique and great show. And I figured, you know what, just in case for some reason, if you don't follow me on Instagram, or maybe if you just haven't seen it before, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share some of the artwork I've produced in this past year plus, just tuning in. And I'm going to actually throw in one piece of artwork that has never been seen before anywhere. So it's like the world premiere of this piece of work. Anyway, tune in. I'm going to give you a little bit of commentary, maybe if it's pertinent. If not, enjoy the show. It's a little bit longer, but go ahead and give it a like. Why the hell not? Oh, Roads to 10K giveaway, hashtag Roscoe. There you go. congratulations, you're almost at the end of the video. This next piece is the world premiere of this artwork. It has never been seen before. I think I might have shown Roscoe a little preview, but not before it was completed. I want to give you a little bit of background on this before we go into it. So I love going on between the lines, in case you haven't guessed that yet. But anytime that there's a guest I particularly like, whether they're a close friend or just somebody whose work I really, really admire, I try extra hard to make it a point to jump on. But sometimes things don't work out. I get tired, my arm acts up, I get stuck on dead duty, which I'm more than happy to do. In this particular case, when Marcus from Circumstances came on, I was just flat out exhausted. And I knew I wanted to do a piece in particular, especially when I heard the theme. And I wanted to do something a little bit more kind of grandiose as far as putting out like a little bit about a video and as far as why I did this piece. Unfortunately, I was relying on two people, one who's not on YouTube and one who's kind of sort of on YouTube, to help me out with it. And it's been a couple months and that's fallen through. So I figured, you know what, this is a good way to introduce it. And maybe I'll give you a little bit of background on the voice work. I know I said that early in the video, and not quite sure at this point if I'm actually going to be doing any voiceover work, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy this piece. And Marcus, sorry, better late than never. Okay, so before I set up the picture for Marcus's appearance on Between the Lines, let me give you a little backstory here. So here's the, I guess the cover art or the channel art for the show he was on. And if you know Marcus, then you're not surprised. But in case you don't, you'll see he's shirtless, carrying two yellow label copies of Something is Killing the Children. So Marcus spearheaded, why don't we say, the dad bod movement, if you will, of our community. Whereas dudes, like myself, who maybe needs to do a couple more sit-ups, and I'm not hating on that, it's just, that's what it is, prance around without a shirt for, could be wearing it for a few seconds, could be a few minutes. Look, in my opinion, any amount of time might be a little bit too long for that, but to each their own. So anyway, I had joked around when it was apparent I couldn't get on that night. Again, I was just exhausted. That I sent Marcus a message apologizing, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'm going to burn a box of Turok number ones just as a, I guess you could say, as like a retribution. So I had originally had this whole idea for a video, maybe I might still do it, where I had a friend that has a fire pit because I don't have one. He was going to shoot a fire and I was going to make it look like I was throwing a box of Turok number ones into this fire that my LCS had left for me, and then as just a second, of course, after I threw it on the fire, my LCS was going to call and say, hey, look, we gave you the wrong box, and something like that has my grandmother's ashes in it, or has my priceless New Kids on the Block POG set, something goofy like that. So for whatever reason, that never came together. So that's why, part of the reason I should say why I've been holding off. But let me go ahead and, sticking with that whole Turok theme, I'm going to show you the picture I eventually made to celebrate the, I think that was called the Dad Bod movement. And that is this one right here. So I ran with Turok and I changed that to Too Tired, closest thing to Turok I could think of. And Turok, of course, is Dinosaur Hunter. So I have Dinosaur Nugget Hunter. And here you see a guy who has got a bit of an extra spare tire there. I did try to make him like Turok, hence the headpiece or the feather in his feather. I don't know if it's called feather in your headpiece or whatever. You know what I mean. Passed out in front of the TV. There's the remote, and instead of being adorned by dinosaurs like the original Turok Dinosaur Hunter number one is, he's got his Dino Nuggies with a little bit of mustard and ketchup on the side there. All right, so there you have it. Marcus, if you're watching this, I hope that you like this. Actually, I hope everybody likes this. I was kind of happy with it. I got to play around a little bit and made my own logo. Instead of the Valiant logo, you have a Philtastic logo. I will say this, by the way. When I try to do these pieces, I try to be a stickler with the amount of time allotted. So I had timed out the amount of time people were drawing on the episode, just so it wasn't like I was putting in any extra time or anything like that. So there you have it. I hope that you guys enjoy this artwork and this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. All those fun YouTube-y things, if you will. And remember, again, the hashtag road to 1K giveaway. The password was given a little bit earlier today. And I hope to see you again soon. Oh, and by the way, if you want to check out Between the Lines with Roscoe and whomever his co-host may be that particular week, go ahead and sub up to Roscoe if you haven't already. I suspect most of you have already. He's a popular guy. And it's every Monday, 8:35 Eastern Time. I jump on eventually. It's kind of around the same time my son goes to bed, so I'm usually on a little bit later. But nonetheless, jump on. It's a good time. Look, even if you have no artistic ability whatsoever, it's just fun, and there's no judgment. Think of it like a little bit of time you give to yourself just to fool around and just to express yourself. Anyway, that's all I got for you this one. Peace, love, and comics. Take care.